Man, I take a week off and I am actually afraid of this list. I'm looking at this amazing list right here, and people might be sitting there going like, what list, Bobby? And we're going to get to that right now, but it's the amazing patrons at Patreon. And we start off with the gold members. I don't even know where Sean comes in with the gentleman stuff. I don't care. It's just nonsense. You just relax. What? Just calm down, Sean. You're over there doing this stuff. Don't produce me right now, okay? Just let me go. Just leave me alone, Mr. Capri. So we got gold producers or gold whatever, gold members, gold members.
Gold members.
Good movie. Andrew Simichek, Brendan Myers, James Johnson, Dr. Doop, Ryan Turford, Coach Timbo, Sheldon Benedict, Hyrulean Julian, and Dawn, my cousin Dawn. We had the platinum producers, Mr. Nasty Boots with his lovely lady Tammy. And then we got the Diamond executive producers, Bobby Miller, Lee Navarro, Corey Hicks, Jonathan Brown, and our newest patron, who I believe was last week, but the fact that we took the week off because of Sean, not because of me. Anyway, it is Bobby Tupa. Now, Sean, let's jump into the show.
We ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 157 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all the land, Mr. Sean Capri.
Bobby, how are you, my friend, Mr. Community Manager? What are you interrupting me for? You throw it over to me and then you start talking already, man. What's going on with you, Bobby? How are you?
I am very well.
It's good to see
very
you.
Well.
It's good to see you. Happy belated birthday, America.
Yeah, whatever. It's a thing. It's a thing. Apparently people get in trouble for celebrating now. I don't,
Do you really get... I learned something brand new this week. I learned something new this week, this 4th of July. I didn't know this before. Mm-hmm. That the American Army or military or whatever you guys were, that you fought off the British. Don't start.
In 1776, they had an air fleet.
It was pretty amazing.
We took it out. Listen,
pretty amazing.
It's what blows me away. What blows me away, right? All the people that are attacking this guy, right? Like, nobody's ever made a mistake before.
Oh, stop. He shouldn't be making that kind of mistake as a president,
But it's a pre-written speech. He's just reading off the teleprompter. And he probably got all flustered. It just kept going. It is what it is. Who cares?
I just can't believe, say what you will about the man. I just can't believe nobody before him really just recognized what a turning point that was in the war.
It was amazing.
Take over those airports. It's over. It's over.
Listen, it's all that matters.
Took over all 0 of the airports of all.
Oh, boy, here we go.
It's amazing.
Listen, don't start your stuff, Canada.
It's all right. It's all right, man.
Start your stuff.
Good to see you, man.
You too. We
had a nice week off. We had a rest. It was good. I think we need to do. I think I don't know if you want to discuss here right now.
Oh, might as well.
But like you and I, we took last week off, and I realized that it's probably I said when we were starting the Patreon back up. That I think it is important for us to identify times in the year where we just have to take some time. Yeah. Like when you really think about it, we've been doing this a long time. We were just chatting before we started recording. We've been doing this a long, like many, many years. Yeah. And if you really think about it, there are people who will do every single day, every single week. And like for those people, I commend you guys. Yeah. I will burn out so fast. It's not even funny. I think it's really important for us to have to look forward to a time that we can just take a pause and be clear with everybody that we're going to be stepping away for a week.
The thing I look at is I almost went an entire year without taking a day off.
I know, man.
And so if I can get that far before I take one day off, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, you're losing your body. You need to have scheduled vacations, just like any other job. This is not we got to take care of ourselves. Yeah. So anyway, it was a good time. It was good timing for us to just take a breather and just try and reset. But lots has happened to you since the last time we recorded.
It's been crazy week. It's been good. Dude.
I love knowing these things ahead of time. I love knowing that you're about to drop some news, knowing exactly what it is, and just seeing everybody wonder. Man, that is...
And I love the fact that this is the best. Whenever I have something major to do, I just do the hashtag don't call it a comeback.
I know, is this the third one?
And some people get so mad.
I know, this time you really did.
The Nintendo dads.
Justin Masson,
which is Justin Masson. It's not the Nintendo dad. Justin Masson, it's not really a comeback. Stop it.
Nobody called it a comeback.
it's a comeback. But it's funny because when you see that hashtag, that means I'm about to drop something big. And it's like, so it makes people wonder, like, wait, what's going on? What's happening here? So it's fantastic,
It's good
man.
stuff,
It's
man.
fantastic.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was
Congratulations.
good. Thank you. Thank you
Some
very
people
much.
don't know what the hell we're talking about, though.
Might as well jump into it, right?
Let's do
it. This week I was named the community manager for TUI Games. And for those that don't know who or what TUI Games are, it was formerly Renegade Kid. This is basically the 2D version of Renegade Kid. So Renegade Kid got split in half. Jules Watcham, who I work for now, he actually took one half, and his partner Greg, who actually did pass away like last year.
Did he really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh,
yeah,
no.
Yeah. He had all the 3D stuff.
Yeah.
And so Jules created a TUI Games, and that's where like Mutant Mudds and Zeo Drifter and all those games are at the moment. And so I joined as the community manager this week.
Amazing.
And it's been a ride, man. It's been a crazy ride. And it's just nuts to be like, I'm part of the action game. Like, I'm part of the gaming world.
Yeah,
now.
man.
Like this is something I dreamt of as a kid. I remember, this is no lie, dude. Me and my best friend growing up, sitting at my mom's kitchen table, talking about like it would be so cool to make video games. It'd be so cool to be a part of it and stuff. And like, I'm not actually making the games, but I'm actually part of the company that makes games, and I'm doing an integral part of all that, which is fantastic. It's so rewarding, dude. Already, so I love it. I love it.
Deal.
And
you're very deserving, man.
I've already got deals being made. Like we're wheeling and dealing. We're doing
Holy
stuff.
Cow!
Like there's stuff that's happening starting next week that is just mind blowing. Just
don't call it a comeback.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And the thing that I want to say is this, because we'll jump into shout outs real quickly. Let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our
Geek Outs. Oh, Bobby, Big Brother is back. Are you serious? Julie Chen Menwez or whatever her name is. All the people in BB Big Brother camp. Have you been, Bobby? You and I love Big Brother.
I only watched one episode.
We gotta start a Big Brother podcast. That's our next big break.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
I'm not caught up yet, actually.
I'm not either. I only got to watch one episode.
I mean, Big Brother is a commitment, and we already do this. Yeah. I mean, how many times a week? So it's tough, man. I love some Big Brother. So shout out to all the Big Brother watchers out there. Don't spoil it for me. I'm a little behind.
No, I don't know. I don't know anything either. So anyway, man, I just want to. I got a couple of shout outs that are pretty massive. Number one, man, holy crap. Well, besides Jules,
that's like, mine.
The community that just embraced wholeheartedly. Like I can't even name everybody.
From all sides, man. From your community everywhere. And from the TUI community, like everybody's just come together.
Dude, it was
giving each other big hugs.
Insane. Like I had a conversation with Carrie this week because obviously I talked to Carrie quite a bit, and she knew what was happening, what was about to go down, and I was like, like it's gonna be busy. I'll have a few tweets or retweets and stuff like that. Like never in my wildest dreams did I expect the amount of people to reach out to me. Dude, for hours.
Yeah, man.
My phone, like, okay, so we did this Guru Direct thing. And I talk about it all the time. Like, when I announce a Discord, my phone blows up in that thing. This was crazier than that. And I never thought it would be that way.
I love it.
It was just like an explosion. Like, everybody just went bananas. And I was like, I come home, and I did a video, and that took off, and people started losing their minds over that. And it was like, I can't thank the people enough. I literally lost it, Sean, when I went to go stream that night. If anybody goes back and they watch the replay of that stream, Joey Splats makes a comment to me, and I start to talk in the stream, and I lose it. And I start crying on stream because I'm just like, you guys don't understand what it means to support. Like, it's not – I can't say it enough that, like, it's not a matter of – when I say that we did it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because the conversation with Jules was, I love the community that has been created over there and how
That's what he
amazing.
said to you. That's what
he said it to me. Yeah, he said to me the first time we spoke when he offered this to me. He's like, I've been watching and I see what you guys are creating over there, and I love that community and I love the way that they just share positivity and all that. And he goes, and that's what I want. And without this community that we've created, and when I say we, it's not me and Sean. I'm not saying we as in me and Sean. I'm saying we, Joey Splats, Nasty Boots, Tammy, Joe After Work,
Brendan Myers,
Brendan Myers, everybody just I read off in the Patreon, Robbie Bobby Miller, Mr. Bad Bit, everybody that's you guys, Donnie Reese, and all these guys, you guys are the be all end all of who created all this, and it's nuts because I sat there, right, and as it started to hit me, I went back and I thought about my first videos that I did, and I know that I'm not with her anymore, but the fact that Tony was the first one to push me to do YouTube content, I didn't want to do it. I'm like, you're crazy. And her words to me was, you would be so good at it. You should do it. And I was like, okay.
I love watching that first that throwback, man. Yeah. I'm Bobby. So good, man. It was such a young, handsome man too, right in his prime.
I was looking good, man.
You're looking handsome, man.
I went back and looked, and I was like, "Ooh, man, who's that kid?"
And that's where you go. I have been at this a long time, almost round up. It's almost been a decade. It's been a bit.
So, but anyway, I watched that, and then it started to make me remember about James and Josh Brandt, James Michael Olszewski and Josh Brandt. I'm like. That moment, and then I hear Sean on that podcast, and then I reached out to Sean, and I was like, dude, I want to be on your show. And at the time, I'm doing the podcast with Toby.
Mark Carabin get you podcasting.
Carabin got me up and run. Basically, James and Josh kind of showed me the inside because they had me. I was the first guest on that podcast.
Yep.
And people don't realize this, but we were actually starting to create what we created later on. Me, James, Josh, and Corey Dirg were actually building a community.
Yeah.
And it was going to be this crazy thing where I was going to do YouTube, they were going to do podcasting, Corey was going to write for the website, and then I talk about in the video, egos clashed and we started butting heads and we just kind of all went our separate ways. And then I meet you. You know what I mean? And then you and I click, and then Justin Masson, dude, that conversation.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
With Masson, seriously, I sat down with Masson. He was on the Geekcast, and for 45 minutes afterwards, him and I talk, and he converts me from the Geek Guru to the Nintendo Guru. He basically lays the path for me to follow. These are all moments.
Yeah, back then he was a really amazing person. Now he's getting a little big for his britches.
He still is.
I absolutely love him.
He reached out to me, and I thanked him, and he was like, "Dude, this is all you. Yeah. This is all you." And
I heard him on Switch Island a couple weeks ago. Justin Masson called in. I'm like, "Look at this guy. He's everywhere. He's going off with his ladies and gentlemen, and he's such a pro. I absolutely love that guy."
So for me, that's the whole nutshell. Toby has been fantastic, and everybody that has made this all happen don't happen without you guys. And that's the biggest shout out that I can give. That's just the most amazing shout out that I can give is to everybody, because I am in a position that has got me ecstatic and happy, and I couldn't be here without you guys. And so thank everybody for that.
Well, I can't wait for you to quit your day job, and thanks for letting me go first, Dick.
What? I still got a couple more.
What am I supposed to say after that? You're just like, this is the biggest shout out in the history of the show. Hey, Sean, what do you got? I'm like, Toby was a guest on Switch Island, and I really enjoyed that. So shout out to Toby. They talked about you for a little bit, and that was fun. Yeah, I'm not sure.
They took
a little
some
sheepish right now.
They took some shots at me.
No, it was good. It was a great show.
It was a great show.
It seemed like it made me think about Toby puts up with a lot, just dealing with the North Americans all the time. I think he was more at home on the island. It was, they understood each other. They all their dialect was the same. They understood. He's really got to do a lot of translating, talking to idiots like us. So, Toby, I really liked it, man. And the Switch Island, I've recently subscribed to, man. It's a good show over there.
Good show. It's a good.
I like it a lot.
It really is. Okay, so another shout out that I want to give is to Gary Gray. Gary reached out to me earlier this week and just really had a great conversation with Gary.
Wow.
And it was just he just randomly was like, "Hey man, how are you doing?" And I was like, "Dude, it was the day we took off." And I was like, just had a great conversation from the heart. Really good guy, man.
Yep.
I'm really appreciative of that conversation because it really helped me a lot, and I can't put it into words how much that conversation meant. So thank you very much, Gary. One more shout.
Oh, okay. No,
I
sorry.
got one more shout out.
Damn
Let you
it.
calm down. One more shout
What
out,
else am
and
I
that's
supposed to do over
for.
here?
I'm going to name some names. I'm not sure everybody's going to be there, but I'm just going to name a couple of names. I'm going to say Robbie Bobby Miller, I believe Bad Bit, Joe After Work, Josue Ponce. I think there's a couple more, and I can't. My mind just went blank. But we're all meeting tomorrow in New York City.
I'm so jealous. Holy crap.
We're going to meet at the Nintendo New York store.
You are not.
Yeah, we are, man. We're
I
going
gotta
up
get
there.
over there.
It's going to be a
see
blast. It's going to be a blast. So we just Josue is in New York, and that's how it all started. And I was like, Josue, let's meet up or whatever. And he's like, okay, no problem, let's do it. And then I was like, by the way, Jamsy's going. Jamsy's coming.
What?
Yeah, man, it's going to be amazing.
Remember that time he tried to send me off on the wrong train? I was trying to get back to the airport. He's like, take this train. And Jams, come on, man. That would have taken me like 3 hours. I would have missed my flight by a day.
So we're all going to hang out.
I'm just kidding, James. I love you, man.
Yeah, we're going to do some stuff. So anyway, that's all I got.
Well, I guess that'll do. That'll do, Bobby.
I love you, Rybo. And, okay, so you ready? Ready to kick this thing off?
Like we do each and every week? Oh, wait. We
have a lot to get through this
week. Well,
week.
stop rambling on about your new job. Let's go.
Hey, man, I need to thank people.
Well, I was going to give a shout out to Todd Oxtra for almost derailing the show. I don't know how many times. He was wanting this thing to get, shut down. I don't know, probably
that's because that's because he's over there with Caribbean doing some monkey stuff that they don't.
Flights to New York are $500 one way. They're $1,200 if I want to go tonight.
Well, let's go.
That garbage.
Just tell Chelsea to watch the kids. You'll be back.
I'll be back in the morning.
That's all. I'll put it on my credit card.
I'm just going for a quick snuggle.
Let's do it.
Brought to you by Patreon.
I'll put it on my credit card. You come down.
It's on Jules.
That's not on Jules.
That's not on Jules.
All
right.
Okay. Bobby. So we started this thing the last time we were on, and I kind of liked it.
I like it.
So we grabbed a lot of topics, and we're just going to give a little breakdown. First thing I have is Mario Maker 2 hit.
Yep.
What are some pros and cons that you have so far? Let's just, what fixes will we offer?
Yeah.
So I immediately see a lot of people throwing some shade. It's the usual suspects. Sorry, Adam, it's you. And
I'm with Adam on this, man. He's got a point.
He's wrong.
He's wrong. What is it? Some people don't know. We're substituting right now.
So basically what he said was he created a level, and then he wasn't allowed to save the level without Nintendo Online. And then when I basically said, well, I don't understand who would expect to have Nintendo Online or would expect to have Mario Maker without Nintendo Online. Like, that's the whole premise of the game. I don't understand why somebody would pay $60 just to make a level and save it and play it by themselves. Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all.
That makes sense to me.
You would pay $60 just to make levels, and that's it.
Well, especially
not to share them.
Yeah, especially with the couch co-op stuff, and if Chelsea made a level and she's like, she hands it over to me.
You can't play the levels. Like, there's nothing.
It's not the worst.
I mean, you would pay $60 to do nothing else but just make levels.
Listen, that's not the question. Okay.
That is the question.
No, there's online elements. There's online elements. There's too much crossover that's happening here. We need to stay in our lanes a little bit.
Okay, stay in your lanes. So the thing is that's not true.
Okay, so let's get to that then, because I didn't realize
it's not true.
Okay, that's different.
A couple people started to come in and reply and go, no, you have to go to a certain section to save the levels if you just want to save the levels.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, so you can create your levels, save them, and play them.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's the thing. Like, it's, it might be a little convoluted, a little difficult to figure that out. You know, because I think we're in a situation where we don't get instruction booklets anymore.
Right.
And that makes life a little difficult. Mm-hmm. Honestly, at times.
Yep.
But
it's a good way to put it, man.
Yeah, and especially with this, because when Mario Maker 1 hit on the Wii U, there was a gigantic book that came back.
I've got it right here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So for me, I look at it and I go, like, this is something that I don't feel is an issue at all now. So
I bought it with the voucher, and I didn't even try to do this. I'm pretty sure I got the 12 months of Switch Online with it. Like I didn't mean to do that, but I think I got it.
I mean, for $10, which what it was, if you did buy that version, dude, I jumped all over it, and I got the extra.
It counts.
It counts.
It counts for that. You know what I mean, though? Like the pair of voucher things that you can get for whatever. What is it? $120 for you guys?
Yeah.
No, $100.
Oh, it's $100 for us.
$100 for two. Yeah. So I got Mario Maker 2 plus 12 months of Switch Online for one of those vouchers.
Yeah, and that's a great
decent deal, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So you basically got it for free.
Pretty much, yeah.
Online because you
for sure.
figured. I mean, like the voucher was worth. You saved $10 on the voucher right there, and then the fact that the thing was already $10 cheaper.
Yeah.
With it, I stacked my membership, so I'm up to 3 years now. And that's the other thing. If you have Amazon Prime, how are you not getting Nintendo Online for free? Like, why would you not jump over to Twitch Prime and just Twitch Prime?
The deal there?
You go in, you link your accounts to your Nintendo Switch.
Oh, right. Yes.
And they give you a year. They give you 3 months first, and then if you stay for the 3 months, then they give you the other 9 months.
I remember talking about that even on the show.
And if you have it, you can stack it.
Very
so
cool.
It's crazy, dude. I have 3 years right now for literally $30. That's nuts. So you can't go wrong with that.
Well,
anyway,
I'll tell you. Okay, so that's.
Now, I will tell you something that does bother me.
Yeah, I've got a couple things on my mind, Bobby.
The one thing that bothers me is when you're playing the multiplayer one, where it's like kind of like a Rumbo type thing, where you start off and it's 4 and you get 0 points unless you win the match.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't move up the leaderboards at all because I can't get like this stuff is happening and we're all playing together, and it's like this is nonsense. Like you should break it up. Be like, hey, first place gets this many, and second place gets this many. This way, at least you feel like it's showing the skill levels. Yeah, exactly.
Like even in Tetris 99, you get some points, even if you're not first place.
That's dumb. They need to work on that and fix that a little bit.
Well, nobody plays that mode, Bobby.
I don't now.
The friends list on Nintendo Switch is totally useless. It's broken, and I cannot believe how separate and how much effort I had to go in to go find my friends on Super Mario Maker 2 and go to follow them. I want to go to my friends list. I want that friends list to appear in Super Mario Maker 2, and I just want to go follow, and then I don't have to worry about tracking down somebody's Twitter or going into a Discord to find out what levels everybody's got. I'm already friends with all these people. We've already found each other with the stupid-ass Switch Online ID things, which I hate, and I don't care what Donnery says about why it's not too bad. I think it's really brutal. I want this friends list to do something, damn it.
I think the thing that's weird is if we're playing Mario Kart, I can look for you and find you.
Sure, but you can't click on my name from the friends list. You can't click on my name.
No, I'm not talking about the friends list. I'm talking about in the game.
Sure. That's a little better. Yep, that's a little better.
In Mario Kart, I can actually search my friends list, see who's playing Mario Kart, and then go play with them.
Yep, that's cool.
If I'm playing Splatoon 2, I can check and see what of my friends are playing and go join them if I want.
But not here.
It doesn't make sense why it's not here.
It's so bad.
Now, I will say this. Nintendo did come out and say that they're working on an update that'll come out shortly after the launch, where they will fix a lot of the friends issues.
I should, you know what? Because I'm being very negative, and it's just because it's fun to slam this stuff sometimes. Can I just tell you something? This game is amazing. I'm completely obsessed. I have been playing it on the bus. Yeah. I am absolutely loving all the different mission objectives. The no jumping level. Joey Splats made a level that is like Captain Toad inspired. Yeah. Because you're not allowed to jump, so you gotta have some puzzle elements. Like, it is excellent. Yeah. With all that said, we have some thoughts.
Well, the thing of it is the game is phenomenal. Like I'm the person that was like, this game does nothing for me, and I bought it despite. Because I was like, my main reason for not wanting to buy it was when they took the friends list away from the one mode.
Sure.
Then they said we're going to reintroduce it. And I was like, okay, I ran my mouth. I have to support. I bought it. My God, dude. Last weekend I put 12 hours into this game.
Well,
Like, I
remember,
just lost myself.
remember when the first one came out and the first few weeks with that, where they were like, depending on how much you played it, you unlocked different tools and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the way you got introduced to that game is completely. They totally revamped it.
Yeah.
Story mode is amazing. It really
It's
introduces a bunch of really good ideas, and I think that's actually having an impact on the levels that we're finding in Course World. Like, I think the way that people are introduced to this game is inspiring them in a better way than the last game was, because the quality of levels, I don't know about you, but
way better.
way better.
Yeah.
Like, and that doesn't happen by accident. Like,
Even the hard levels are just really good.
yeah.
Like, it's like last night when I was playing with Joel Brooks's level, and I was
So
so
good.
frustrated.
Yeah,
because it was so hard. But then it was like, once you play it a couple times, it's like, okay, this isn't. I thought it was a very trolly level.
Yeah.
Then I started playing. I was like, no, it's not. It's
really
just
good.
just takes a little time to figure out what's happening, and then dude, it is.
I feel like people have learned how to pace levels. Like, I feel like when I go to it, in Mario Maker 1, I felt like it was just like one single run. Like, people are really taking advantage of warp pipes and doors and stuff to go. You complete a little section and you won't move on to the next one, and that is like, that's pacing. That's like music, where it's not just like this noise of just like blah, just this run, this sprint. It's got momentum, and like there's crescendos and climaxes, and then it stops and you pause and you breathe, and then you face another challenge, and people have really done a nice job with that.
The one thing I will say is, if you are making a difficult level, please use checkpoints. Like implement some checkpoints in that every now and again, because there's nothing more frustrating than playing through a level, getting where you feel like you're at least halfway through the level and dying, and it's like, now I gotta go through the whole thing again. And like, a checkpoint is not the end of the world. It would be nice to. I think it makes the levels better, in my opinion. One
thing that I wish sort of carried over and when playing somebody else's levels was, I love in Story World. Donnie talked about this on Nintendo Shack. The coins matter. Like, I wish there was a way now. I don't know exactly what you do in terms of, because I could create a level with 1 million coins on it, and like, just to pad my stats and to get a whole bunch of coins. But so I'm not really sure exactly, but I wish there was some sort of progression playing through other people's levels. Like, either I level up, or am I missing something?
Yes, go play Endless, where it looks like a world map.
Oh yeah,
and you work
like
through.
That
that means something. So when you get a coin, when you get a 1-up, it carries over, and it's like you're building, because you need to get as many men as you can. Because if you hit a level that's difficult, you're gonna run through some Marios.
Aside from my streams, I've mainly been playing on the bus, so I've been mainly playing story mode. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. That sounds cool.
The other thing that I'm pointing right at Nintendo of America. I am so sick to death of the parity between Europe and Japan. Why the F did we not get a stylus with this thing?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, I would have gave you an extra $10 for the damn stylus. I don't care. But the fact that I literally had to go on Amazon today and buy a stylus, so that way I had it, so I could build and create levels on this thing rather than using my stupid finger. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's like, I couldn't even use the stylus from the Wii U or the 3DS. I tried to use my iPen or my iPencil from Apple. That didn't work. Like, I couldn't get anything.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it would. It didn't work.
Oh, I thought it would too.
Because it's a harder plastic, so it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You need like a rubber tip or whatever on the thing.
That's what she said.
But it's so annoying to see that here we are again. It's no different than this stupid Link's Awakening, that like Europe gets this amazing looking collector's edition, and we get a no frills.
Like, we get to live over here. Like,
but
they got to deal with a whole bunch of other stuff. They got to live over there. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
It's just frustrating.
Okay, so if we ran Nintendo, I would sell like a variety of them. Like, directly from Nintendo, like, pick your favorite stylus, because that's like, everybody, we always talk about this. You want a way to express yourself, and I think a personal stylus of, if it's Mario or Luigi or Peach or whoever, like, just something that that reflects that. Maybe it's a different style of game that you could pick. I think that would be cool, man.
The other thing that I miss is the amiibo support. I really miss the amiibo support.
Yeah.
I sit here and I look at this game and I go, man, some of them levels that were kind of inspired because of like different amiibo you could scan in and all that stuff. It would be fantastic to be able to have those characters at your beck and call and put them in there. They really missed an opportunity. I hope with the ability of updates. Like that's an update that we get with like maybe they're going in and they're remodeling for each version of the game and giving us really good characters that'll go through like because in the original we only got it in the original Mario Brothers. That was the amiibo support. I would love it if it was every single one. Like it would be so awesome to take every single amiibo you have and put them in and just go. Like it would be so amazing.
I want a little bit of Mario Paint in this game. I want even when they hint at it every once in a while. Some of the little, like the dog guy, and the eraser and the rocket ship and all these things. There's little hints of. I would like a little bit more Mario Paint. But Bobby, that's sort of an aside. The one thing that like probably my biggest thing that I want is a better way to share the levels that I like. Not the ones that I create, but I play a level and I want to recommend it to you. I want to be able to like, go like have a list of levels that I can just send to you.
It would be nice even if it was a matter of just sharing it on Twitter. It would be really nice to go like click. I like this game. I like this level.
Yes.
You guys should play it too, and just share it on Twitter. Like it would be really good if they did stuff like that.
I mean, that's really next level. I'm still kind of thinking it within like the world of limitation of Nintendo, but you're right. Like click a button.
But I mean,
and
we have the access. To Twitter. Sean, I could take a picture and share it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's what they want us to do is take a screenshot and then share them on Twitter.
But even then, like, it's hard to find that. You still have to find that level code. Like it's like, where is it? Like it's once I play a level. No, but once I play it, like when you load it up, great. But once I go back to my levels, like it's I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to find. If that's the only thing that I can use to share it.
When you beat the level, or whether you beat it or quit the level, when you come back out before you go back to what you were doing, it's there. The code is there.
I swear, I was on
stream,
all the stats.
I'm
like, where is this thing? I want to share this thing.
I mean, I guess that's what you do: take a screenshot and then share it later. I don't know, but it would have been nice to just be like, boom, click a button and boom, it sends a tweet out. Yeah. It goes, hey, I just played this level. I think it's phenomenal. It'd be good.
But like for you, like you're an influencer. Like people listen to you, people trust your opinion. Wouldn't it be amazing? This Bobby curated list.
Yeah.
And then there'd be like groups of curated, like looking on Steam does this pretty well with list of games, like a curated list of games, or your local bookstore. This is or your video game store. This is Bobby's picks.
Dude, are you kidding me? I would love to be able to go. We talked about this before with the original Mario Maker, but it would be amazing to have like a curated list by Miyamoto. These are his favorite levels. Yeah. Like here's 10 of his favorite levels that he's played so far. It'd be awesome. Yeah. It'd be so cool. But I don't know. We'll see how it all works out. But ultimately, I think there's a few flaws in the game, and I think it'll get worked out ultimately when the end comes. But so far, the game is much better, I feel. Definitely better than the 3DS version by leaps and bounds. And it's way better than the original one on the Wii U. So, okay. So the next topic that we have is pre-E3, Sean.
Yep.
Nintendo actually gave known leakers gag orders and said, if you talk about it, we're going to sue you. If you talk about anything Nintendo related and you leak stuff pre-E3, we're going to sue you. And I'll be honest with you, I felt like it cut the leaks down big time. Because typically, I used to always say, I can't wait till the day before E3 because that's when all the leaks are going to come out and that's when we're going to find out everything's going on. Didn't happen this year.
Wasn't this our first episode together?
It's one of our first episodes. Yeah, when we do a leaky chip. Yeah.
I don't know if we really ever thought about this. Like, kind of give.
This is next level stuff, and I
thought so. I read this earlier when you said gag orders. I thought this was like they sent out jokes, like things that were fake to known leakers. So I don't know if that's another way you want to take this, but like, what if we went to known leakers and like fed them false information? Go like, hey, go leak this, and then that'll discredit you. That'd be another way to handle it.
So here's the thing, right? I know for a fact that, well, we can go back and just talk about previous times. I know for a fact that a friend of ours, Joey Ferris, had gone to Bethesda, not Bethesda, to Gollum, who is the PR department for Nintendo. He went via Commonwealth Realm and sat down and played Doom before Doom got announced.
Yeah. Yep.
And he had to sign an NDA. Like, he wasn't allowed to talk about it at all. And I feel like this is no different. Like, if you get information, somebody along the line signed an NDA. Somebody along the line was told, you're not allowed to talk about this. And if you get information that's leaked, that's you getting illegal information to some degree. because somebody was told you're not allowed to tell this, keep your mouth shut, and then through the chain of command, boom, something gets leaked out and somebody talks about it. I don't have a problem with Nintendo doing this.
Me neither.
I think that if it saves for our enjoyment, where we have, because I feel like it was, for me, one of the best E3s in a long time for Nintendo.
Yep.
Because the information wasn't leaked. You know what I mean? There was some stuff that kind of flickered out prior. I think the Smash stuff probably leaked, but I stayed away from everything, luckily.
Didn't somebody tease something about even more Zelda? So I feel like
Oh yeah, that was in Reddit.
Yeah, like early in the year, it was like Zelda's coming, and everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" Then Link's Awakening happened, and then the same person came out later and was like, "They're not done. Like, there's more Zelda coming." So like, I mean, some people knew. I'm glad he didn't completely blow the lid off of it.
Yeah, he just kind of like drops little hints and stuff. What his actual leak was, this guy's a Reddit user, and he basically said, because he basically leaked the entire last Nintendo Direct. And then people were like, "Oh my God, he got everything right."
Yeah.
And he was like, so then he came out and was like, "If you like Breath of the Wild, you're going to love E3.
That's right.
He said, "You're going to love E3 and you're going to really love 2020. And that's what his basic message was.
Oh, snap. I forgot about the 20. You're right. He did say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So, but I think he was leaning more towards we're going to get DLC in 2020, which that's what they basically said was this was originally going to be DLC. And I think it's a bigger game.
That guy's uncle must work at Nintendo or something.
Must be. Okay, so here's another thing about leaks that we want to get into, because I think this is kind of interesting. We talked about it a little bit the last episode, but I want to talk a little bit more about it. Because the last episode, it was the rumors were fake about the Switch Mini.
Mm-hmm.
And now more accessory companies are coming out and showing images of what the Switch Mini could be. Also, a memory chip company in Taiwan has said that Nintendo has put in orders for more memory chips than originally anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is probably one of the worst kept secrets ever now, as we're leading forward. I think part of this, here's what I really believe. I believe that some of these companies basically took information that they were given and said, like, "Hey man, let's just tinker around and create this, what we think the Switch Mini is.
Mm-hmm.
And let's create some accessories for it. And then when the thing actually launches, we'll have it in our hands, and then we can adjust and do what we have to do to make this work." But I also think that, especially because of this memory chip company, I think there's no doubt there's something coming.
I agree, and I look at the Witcher and all the leaks that happened there, and it just became more and more, and like it's in flyers and all these different places. I think this is starting to look pretty similar to that.
And the thing of it is if you think back to the original Switch launch, Nintendo was stockpiling Switches because they did not want shortages. They had so much, I really believe this, they had so much success with the Switch because they didn't have shortages. I mean, they came right out the gates and were like, "We're going to have 2 million out the door, and then we're going to slowly progress and try to work this out." I think they'll do something similar. When the time comes that they're going to launch, they're going to say, "Hey, we have this many in the chamber. This is what we're going to have launch day." And then it's a crapshoot from there on for probably the next 6 months, and then we'll get a grasp on things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the first blueprint of how to launch a console was so successful for Nintendo, they're going to follow suit with this thing.
Yeah.
And I think they're stockpiling now. They're trying to get original Switches and the Switch Mini and maybe a Pro. I don't know where this all falls into. But they're trying to get it all together across the board to go like, here it is, go. And this is what we got.
Of course. The next generation is coming up, man. Like they've got to have something. They've got to have a new carrot. They've got to have another reason for people to buy things. And we've not had, Nintendo fans themselves have not had a chance to do what we've been doing for years and years and years, which is buy 4 or 5 of the same damn console.
Oh yeah, man.
So there's no doubt. It's just a matter of which is first, but it does sound like the Mini is the first one, and I can't wait, man.
It's funny because I saw an image today with numerous minis in all different colors and all that, and I was like, I don't know whether the image is, I know the image is fake, but the fact of like it started to put these images in my head, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, it would be so good to have all these damn things.
Mm-hmm.
So good to have all these different color options and just go in and start buying stuff. And like, I mean, you and I were notorious for 3DSs.
Oh yeah.
Like we bought collector's editions. Like we just went, if they get this mini at a $200 price range, I got news for you. I'm going in deep.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm going to be buying these things up. It's like it's nobody's business.
Nobody doubts that, Bobby. Nobody doubts that at all.
I'm just saying, it's going to happen. It is a thing. I think, though, to be honest with you, I really believe that we're getting... This is what I really think. I think we're getting a Mini and a Pro, and I think it comes in March. And there's 2 reasons. 1, Animal Crossing. 2, Witcher 3.
Yeah.
I think that Nintendo wants to be ready. I think they want a new Pro. I think they want to get it out ahead of Xbox and PlayStation.
Do you think the Mini is a Pro? Do you think that's the same thing?
It's possible.
Do you think
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Because I think I think about that as like maybe that's too much to have both, and like I don't think anybody has really even like put those two together yet. I think I might be the first one. I think that nobody in the entire planet Earth has ever said that yet. I'm the first one. If we're at Nintendo, I'm like, I'm out of here. Come at me, Switch Island. Come at me, Nintendo.
I'll tell you what.
dads.
If it happens, if it happens, that would be amazing.
Because you just knock over
my cell phone. So when I'm looking at the Switch, right, I have it in my hands for those that aren't watching the video, and I look at it and I go, this is probably. Let me pop it up again here. This is probably right here. If I can get it to, come on. There we go. Right here where you see the screen, that's probably the size of the Mini. Because I think the Mini is going to be that size screen because it'll be that. There'll be no bezel on the Mini.
I see what you mean.
So I think if you take the original Switch screen, that inner size, that's going to be the size of the Mini.
Yeah.
And then the Joy-Con, it's going to be a Vita, essentially. But I'm all for it. You know what I mean? And I can't wait. I'm hyped for this thing. It's gonna be
big.
I will have it day one.
Well, it's actually gonna be small, but
ready to go. I'm not doing that topic. That was from last week. We're not doing that topic.
We're doing it. I told Brendan we're gonna do it.
No, we're not doing it. Did you put a question up for this week?
I did do a question, and Brendan said, "What are you doing next week?" And I'm like, "What about my talk from last week?" So I said, "I got you, B. Don't worry about it."
Nope, I'm not doing it.
Don't worry about it, Bobby.
That's when we end the show. That's how we end the show. We're not doing that.
Well, we got to tease it at the end of the show, so let me just do my thing over here.
The other thing, nice little news article that I saw that I thought was interesting was the Wii had a game called Donkey Kong Country Returns. Really fantastic game. It is now running at 1080p, 60 frames per second on the Nvidia Shield. Do we think that this gets ported this year to the Switch? Would you port it to the Switch?
This year, probably not.
No, not this year. I mean, I'm sorry. I meant 2020.
Probably next year, yeah, for sure. I think that would be a perfect January or February game, definitely. Yeah. But this year is so... What happened? How did this year get so packed?
Because
I don't understand
they launched nothing the first half.
I mean, I guess so.
There's no guess about it. What games came out in the early part of the year?
But I was okay with it, man. I needed time to catch up and stuff. I needed, I need to get to some of those games. I just bought 9 Parchments, for God's sakes. Like, I finally got that game. Kamiko, I think, is like $2 right now. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay for us to not
There's a lot of games right now. There's a lot of games hitting right now. And I can't say much, but be prepared next week.
Oh, snap.
There's going to be a lot more on sale.
That's not the game that I want, though, from I need Mario Strikers from the Wii.
Well, I mean, I think you're going to get a brand new Mario Strikers.
I just feel like Donkey Kong Country Returns and with 3D on the 3DS, like, I just don't... It seems done, and even Donkey Kong Returns in and of itself is a bit of a redo, so it's just... Like, I personally... I don't know, man. I don't know if this is necessary.
I feel like...
The time is gone for that, actually. It should have been earlier this year.
It should have been. It probably should have launched before Tropical Freeze, if I'm being honest. They probably should have led with that and then did Tropical Freeze next year. But I'll be honest with you. Like, I think Donkey Kong Country Returns is probably a better game than Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
Overall better game. Because I feel like it's not as difficult. It's hard. Don't
Oh,
get me
it's
wrong,
hard. Oh my gosh.
but it's not as hard as Tropical Freeze.
I remember
Tropical
it being
Freeze
really
was
hard.
nah. Tropical Freeze
I'm
was
not very
just
good at video
insane.
games, though, Bobby.
I beat it on the 3DS.
So casually. I beat it. It's not a big
I
deal.
beat it, man. Come on. I beat Tropical Freeze too, but I just
Yeah.
felt like Tropical Freeze was a lot harder.
Yeah. I want Donkey Kong to go back 3D.
No, I don't.
There's no
It was
Banjo.
the worst game
Banjo's
ever.
not coming back, so
It was the
get used
worst
to it.
game ever, man.
Well, I don't know, man. It's just
I
it's
do
a little
know.
it's a little old at this point. We got a lot of side scrollers.
The
Switch.
truth of the matter is that Donkey Kong Country 64 and Banjo-Kazooie damn near put a death grip on 3D games. Because those collectathons were out of control and
Yep.
just ridiculous. We don't need that in our
Well,
lives.
everybody can keep holding their breath for Banjo to come back
holding
onto the
it.
Switch. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
You never know.
He's in Smash. That's it.
You never know.
I know.
Listen, you calm down over there, Mr. Microsoft.
I don't know.
Just relax.
Mr.
Just relax.
Microsoft. That actually sounds kind of nice.
Okay.
New intro.
Couple more topics I just want to get through, and then we'll wrap her up. But this one I thought is very interesting. And this is something that just continues to be interesting because I'm sure don't really know the whole level of this because you don't really mess with this game. But this week, Fortnite Cross Stranger Things is hitting, and what I want to know is, us as Nintendo, would we approach Epic about Fortnite Cross Nintendo? And if we did, what would we offer, any modes or weapons? So I want to break it down a little bit.
Yep.
Just you
I know
have
exactly where to go
understanding.
with this.
So the first thing is they had, when they did the Avengers,
Yep.
they had this big crazy squad v squad, and it was Thanos and his boys against the Avengers, and it was just a huge, like, 18 versus 18, and you went at it, you smashed heads, and it was just amazing.
Yep.
Then they came out with the Nike stuff, and that was more like a creator level where it was kind of like platforming to some degree, and you were collecting tokens that would unlock Nike shoes and this gear that you would have. And now Stranger Things has come out, and this is characters and weapons and all that stuff. To me, the Avengers was the biggest one because that did both maps and modes as well as characters and all that stuff. The Nike stuff, the Jumpman, the Michael Jordan stuff wasn't as deep as the other one. But then when you look at Stranger Things, right now it's just basically a couple characters and a couple weapons, which are just, by the way, they're phenomenal. And this all kind of started with John Wick. John Wick was the first one that did it, and it was John Wick, and then they just did the new John Wick for John Wick 2. I love this stuff, and I think it's really amazing that Epic leans into this. So, I mean, dude, they did a concert with Marshmello, a live concert in the game. That was fantastic.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. I went in and I was just like blown away. Like, this is happening right now. This is nuts that this guy is alive. And the crazy thing was, we were playing the one day, and he was testing, and he was doing mic checks.
Yeah.
And I was like, Bad, did you hear somebody talking? He's like, yeah, dude, who the hell was that guy talking? And I was like, I don't know. And then we found out later, like 10, 15 minutes later, like, that was Marshmello testing his mics and stuff.
That's amazing.
For the concert that was going to happen later. It was so cool. So I just wonder,
I got something.
Is there something for Nintendo?
There's something big.
Go ahead. What do you think?
There's something big happening in Japan next year. Do you know what it is, Bobby? 2020?
The Olympics.
The Olympics are happening in Japan next year. Do you remember when they revealed the last time that the last Olympics? They're like, yeah, we'll see you guys in Tokyo, and it was Mario.
Yeah.
Jumping through the pipe, and he showed up at the Olympics wherever the heck it was that year. And I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if they just really leaned into this? They already have Mario and Sonic and whatever, but like, wouldn't it be amazing for Nintendo to almost become like the face of the Olympics in this way? And I think that
they are.
Like, I don't know about you, but when I watch the Olympics and the medal counts, it's like this real point of pride of who's got the golds, who's got the silvers, who's got the bronzes, and all the medal counts. It would be so great to have like a Fortnite Olympics kind of thing where you have all the different countries competing, and you got all these victories across the different countries or territories or whatever, and all either Japan themed or in this conversation Nintendo themed. I think that would be amazing. You could have like the map could be transformed where you've got like the luge or is it the winter? It's the Winter Olympics, right? Is that what's happening?
It's the Summer Olympics.
Son of a bitch! Oh no, I don't know anything about Summer Olympics. You just got people
thing.
running in circles. I guess is that what the people do in the Summer Olympics? Just swimming around and smoking weed.
Okay, I don't like where you're going with this.
Well, you don't like the Olympics in Fortnite?
No, because that's the Olympics in Fortnite. That's not Nintendo in Fortnite. I want Nintendo. I don't want. This was the whole idea. This wasn't bring the Olympics in because of Mario and Sonic.
I don't want Mario and Sonic. That was just an example that they have the Olympics. They have the rights to the Olympics.
I want weapons.
It's
that
Japan
are
Olympics,
listen,
so it's Nintendo.
I want weapons that are Nintendo themed. I want Samus's arm cannon, which that you can sit there and run around and have the thing. I want Link's bow, because there is a bow in the thing that shoots rockets.
Well,
and
these
stuff.
are very good ideas. I'm just feeling a little hurt. You didn't like my idea at all, so it's hard for me to go yes.
Because nobody is sitting there going like, okay, Olympics, Nintendo, that makes sense.
Yes,
like everybody's going
Japan.
like. No, stop it. Would you stop it? Then go get the Olympics. This is not what we're talking about here.
All right.
So, I don't
know that... You
already
kicked me once when I was down.
The other thing that I think would be kind of cool is they have modes of transportation. It'd be kind of cool to get like a Mario Kart that's just like you run up. No, it's not. That's amazing, dude. Don't even try it. Don't even try it. It's amazing.
I know. We already have a shopping cart, and I have a Mario Kart.
They got rid of shopping carts. They're gone. They've been long gone. But it'd be kind of cool to get like these Mario Karts that you could jump in and kind of go around. I would also like to see. This is what I would really like to see. Like, remember when Nintendo did that Mario Kart commercial with that guy that was like supposed to be a serious looking Mario for Mercedes?
No.
Oh my God! This guy got out of this Mercedes comes flying up, right? And it's like peeling wheels and stuff, and then this door opens, and this serious-looking Mario gets out. He's got overalls on, and he's all like brute looking and stuff.
Bob
like
Hoskins.
I would like take the Fortnite characters and throw on like the Mario overalls and shirt and then the hat, but make it look like the Fortnite characters with Mario gear on. Just different stuff like that would be pretty cool. Like a Princess Peach running around. Not necessarily long dress. You could kind of not all the way as extreme as Bayonetta was, but not
Don't do
as
that
extreme.
Rosalina is the one you want, Bobby. Everybody knows that.
I'll take them all. It doesn't matter to me. I could take them all. I could care less.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be to me.
That would actually be nuts. That's something that I would pay a lot of money. Like a Mario skin pack or a Nintendo skin pack would actually be. Yeah. Man, that would kind of get me. That's probably.
I just don't understand why they haven't done it yet. You know what I mean? I don't understand why it hasn't happened. The other thing, too, while we're on this subject, I don't understand why Rocket League hasn't introduced more stuff. They just did the initial. They did the initial cars, and that was it.
Yeah.
Right.
They've been busy. They got bought out. They got the Radical Summer thing. They got the Radical Summer thing going on right now. They got you can get the Ghostbusters car. Did you know that? It's pretty good stuff, man.
I like the Batmobile. I got the Batmobile car.
Batmobile car is pretty good too. Jurassic Park.
Awesome. Nah, I didn't mess with those. Mm-hmm. I could run them in Fortnite. The little balls. Remember them?
Yeah, I'm just laughing at your little balls comment.
Okay, so I don't know if we have time. I guess we could jump into the last one because I think this is the most amazing thing to me at all. Nintendo is responsible for 9 of the top 10 best-selling Switch releases to date. Surprisingly, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still in the lead. Ubisoft basically is the only third-party developer that's in there. But dude, Mario Kart 8 is number 1 and Smash is number 2. Yeah. And I still can't believe that this is basically a port of a Wii U game, that this game is still a juggernaut and still crushing. And it's like every single console. Like the top 3 is Mario Kart 8, Smash Ultimate, and then The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it just blows me away that, a port is the number 1 game. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I mean, my question, I guess, to you is, if we were at Nintendo, How much longer do you wait until like Mario Kart 9 comes?
I think you wait a long time, man. If we were at
Right?
Nintendo, I think
I mean,
that
like,
thing's
if it's still selling?
still doing okay. It's still doing a bit. But the other thing, like, there's opportunity coming up with with the Switch Mini or the Pro, or they're all the same. Like, that's when you sort of reset almost a mid-generation a little bit. So I guess, like, part of me thinks based on these sales that, yeah, you're probably in no rush. But at the same time, if you're having a new influx of people and you're like, what am I going to buy with my brand new thing? The newest Mario Kart and the newest Animal Crossing and the newest Pokemon. Like, that's a loaded lineup. It's actually kind of nuts that we just like even get to load in Pokemon into that mix, because Pokemon's always been over on the DS and the 3DS and everything. You don't get to talk about Mario Kart and Pokemon in the same way, and Smash. I mean, I don't know. You just had like the lesser versions on the 3DS. But what do you think, man? What would you do with this?
Man, I mean, I would just leave.
What else do you want from Mario Kart? Like, the top two are Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and then Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which are both those are both the ultimate versions of those games.
I don't agree with that. I would like a Mario Kart Ultimate. I would like a Mario Kart with
all the
every single character, every single kart, every single track.
Yep.
Like, just go.
Yep.
Like, that to me would be the ultimate thing.
That is the next one.
Yeah, that would be the next level. Like, it would be like, oh my God. Because if you went back and you remastered all the original tracks, similar to how they remaster the old tracks in Mario Kart 8, dude, it's lights out, man. If you go back and play some of them tracks, but just remastered, holy cow, man.
And then DLC would be to revert them back to the original state. So playing like Donut Plains, but like on the Super Nintendo version instead of just like the updated one you got in Mario Kart 8. I think that'd be pretty sweet, dude. You hate all my ideas. Good God.
I don't like that idea. Tonight, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I just
normally
you
get me like excited.
I know. I like going back and forth though. I don't know if you've played like Halo Anniversary and stuff. You click a button, it goes back to the original version.
Well, I mean that would, but I don't want that to be DLC.
I mean,
you just
whatever.
Want to make that. You just want to make that happen.
I just want it.
But the thing is I mean, for me, DLC would be, okay, we're going to add additional characters or additional carts and all that stuff, because that. I mean, dude, they killed it with the DLC packs that they put out, when they put them out. Like, the fact that you could play as Animal Crossing and Link and all that stuff, like, that was just phenomenal.
Well, that was the hint of Mario Kart becoming like Smash, where you're having all these other franchises come on in. So that could be the next. They could start. I thought they would lean into that even more. Like, I don't know, like, does it start to lose the fact that it's Mario Kart? Maybe a little bit like that. You could get a little carried away pretty quickly. I guess. Maybe that's a whole other topic for another day of like, how much do you lean into Super Smash Brothers kind of idea
next
in Mario
week,
Kart? Yeah.
We could jump into that next week a little bit. I don't like these topics. The one topic I don't like.
What do you mean?
Why do these guys have to continually bring up Kirby?
Oh, for the Patreon. I'm like, what the heck are these?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why do these guys have to bring up the Kirby stuff?
I have no idea, Bobby. I have no idea why anybody would ever bring up Kirby.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm not talking Kirby stuff.
Dude, I saw this, that we still had this topic to discuss, but we were talking about Fortnite, and all I wanted to do was jump in and say, imagine jumping around on Fortnite. Actually, what you're doing in Fortnite, okay, so this is the thing. Instead of the bus or whatever, all your characters are loaded up in a stupid Kirby flying through the air, and then when you want to leave them, you want to go land, he just blows you out of his stupid Kirby mouth.
That is all. Thank you guys.
That's amazing.
To another episode of If We Ran Nintendo. I really, truly appreciate all of you guys, all the love, all the support, everything that you guys do for us means the world to us. Be sure to check us out over on Patreon at patreon.com/Yumi Capri. Be sure to check out Sean Capri over on Twitter at Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. You can also check me out If We Ran Nintendo. That's not how it is. It's at Nintendo Gurus. Trying to get through this, man. It's just bad. But we do have a couple Patreon questions. One is Brendan Myers. He's talking about If We Ran Nintendo. What would be your ideal Kirby mobile game? Please, really? How about when we just smash the phone and we just let it go? But whatever. And then Grouchy Surge. Nintendo has let companies take their precious franchises and work their magic with them. Recently, Zelda, Mario, and Star Fox have all had outside help for games. Is it time for Nintendo to crack one of their most? Oh man, get out of here! Yeah. Of course, Surge wants. He wants more Kirby. Anyway, don't join Patreon this week. You don't want to hear these topics. Anyway, that is all. Peace out, Preston.
My name is Toby, and I'm on the Switch Island with all of my friends on the United Kingdom Island of England and Ireland, I think. Are they in the same place, Bobby? I'm going to cut that part out.
No idea.